and welcome everybody to English Online. Today's session will be devoted to grammar. We will see how we can make our sentences better and refined with what we call linking words. There are so many linking words that we can't cover them all in one session. Therefore, we will tackle them by categories. The first two categories will be concession and addition. As a short definition for linking words, we can say linking words are words that link or connect sentences together to give or to show certain functions carried within those sentences. So we're going to start with concession in part 1. Let's see some examples, right? Now I want you to take a look at this picture of this dude. His name is Joe, all right? Look at the picture carefully and try to write down 5 sentences about Joe based on what you see in the picture, like your first impressions of him. Take 3 minutes or 5, okay? Pause the video. Okay, now let's see. Maybe your answers come close to this. To these, Joe is big and super strong. Yes, it's very clear. He owns a bodyguarding company, all right? And he is a professional wrestler, all right? He works hard almost every day, and he is vastly wealthy. So what you don't know about Joe is the following. Joe is afraid of cats, especially the black ones. Imagine someone who's big and strong, and they are afraid of cats. This is not normal, right? It doesn't add up. Number 2, it says he loves taking long walks on a beach. Wow. I mean, here it doesn't sound right. Someone big with huge muscles like that, with a serious face, and at the end of the day, he loves taking long walks on the side of the beach, like at sunset or something like that. So he's a romantic person. He loves music, and he hates bullying. All right, and he drives an old raggedy car. Another thing. No, this is not normal. He's got a lot of money. He's vastly wealthy, but he still has an old, raggedy, rusty, broken down car. Right? So if you want to write 2 sentences about Joe in this case, and you will have to link 2 sentences like these. Joe is big and super strong. He's afraid of cats, especially the black ones. When you write this or when you say this, you still feel there's a function. There's a function of these 2 sentences when they are linked. So, but it's not clear there, but you can feel it. Take another look at this other example. Joe is vastly wealthy. He drives an old raggedy car. The same thing here. You still feel that it's not right to have a lot of money, but to still have an old car. People normally buy fancy cars and enjoy life, right? But Joe in this case is an exception. So we have to show this. What we need to show this is a linking word that shows this concession. It's called concession. So here are 2 linking words that we can use. Very simple. Although or even though. So we say, although Joe is big and super strong, he is afraid of cats, especially the black ones, right? Another way is to put although in the middle. And we go, Joe is afraid of cats, especially the black ones, although he is big and super strong. Right? So we put although in the middle. Another word would be though. Well, this is a little bit different. Let's see. So we're going to deal with the second example. Joe is vastly wealthy. He drives an old raggedy car. We go, Joe is vastly wealthy. He drives an old raggedy car, though. So as you can see, though is put at the end. We can't deal with it as although and put it in the beginning. No, it's always put at the end, and it's used only in spoken text. Another examples or another linking words would be yet, however, and nevertheless. They have the same function. Nevertheless, here it has to be in capital letter N, right? We are going to see why. These three, they function as but. Take this example. Joe is a professional wrestler. He loves taking long walks on a beach. So if you want to use one of these, it goes, Joe is a professional wrestler, full stop. This is why we need a capital letter. However, comma, and we carry on. We say, he loves taking long walks on a beach. So here, however, can be substituted with yet or nevertheless. Here we have despite and in spite of. By the way, so many people keep saying in spite of. Despite of. No, that's the common mistake. We say despite, but we can say in spite of, right? Here, Joe is a professional wrestler. He loves taking long walks on a beach. So if you want to use despite, we go, despite being a professional wrestler, Joe loves taking long walks on a beach. You see here, what happened is that we put verb to be in the first sentence, which is, and we put it in the infinitive, it's be, and we added ing. This is as you can know, as you already know, gerund. All right. Let's take another example. Joe owns a bodyguarding company. He drives an old raggedy car. All right. If you want to use despite or in spite of, in this case, we go despite owning. See, ing to the verb owning a bodyguarding company, Joe drives an old raggedy car. This works very well only when we have the same subject in both sentences. In this case, we have Joe and he. However, sometimes we find some difficulties when we have two different subjects. Take this example. Joe has a deep, scary voice. Kids don't get scared when he's talking to them. So in this case, the premise is that when someone has a deep, scary voice, people usually get scared, let alone kids. All right. Of course, it's not a rule, but this is what the sentence says. So if you want to use the same thing, we say, despite Joe's deep, scary voice, kids don't get scared when he's talking to them. So the first sentence was Joe has a deep, scary voice, right? Has a deep, scary voice. And then it became Joe's deep, scary voice. By the way, the S, apostrophe S, is not has. It's like the verb. No, it's the possession. It's like the deep, scary voice of Joe, right? So the difference between these two sentences is that the first one is called a sentence because it has a verb in it, and the second one is a noun phrase or phrase because it doesn't have a verb in it. That's what we're going to do now. And number two, actually, it works fine with the title of a text, like Joe's Deep Scary Voice, or a book, for example. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to provide you with two sentences, and then you have to change them, turn them into a phrase, all right? Pause the video and give it a try. Let's see. The first one becomes the success of Joe's company. Here, because Joe's company is very successful, becomes the success of Joe's company. Second one, Joe complains about it. It becomes Joe's complaint. So it's a noun, complaint about it. Good job. Here we're going to move now to some tasks that you need to do. So first one is that you're going to need to combine the two sentences using the linking word given in brackets. All right, take a look. Here we have the first one. It says, I'm short, full stop. I'm good at basketball. We're going to use despite, concession again. So here the premise is that short people are not good at basketball. This is what the sentence says, but it's not a rule. I know a lot of good short basketball players. All right. So number two, I've got 2 bikes and I can't ride a bike. So you're going to use although. My mom's French and I don't speak French. That's yet. Instead of saying and. I love Italian food. I don't like pizza. Now we're going to use even though. I always go to bed early. I'm always late for school. Nevertheless, in this case. All right. So we're going to take 5 minutes and try to finish it on time. Pause the video, of course. Correction. This is the correction. So say, despite being short, I'm good at basketball. Although I've got 2 bikes, I can't ride a bike. My mom's French, yet I don't speak French. Even though I love Italian food, I don't like pizza. I always go to bed early. Nevertheless, I'm always late for school. So task number 2 is that you're going to match the sentence's house. This is a little bit tricky, so it needs a lot of concentration. Although not many people came to the party, I feel really tired today. Liam invited Dan to his party. In spite of having all sold millions of books, the film was in French, so I didn't understand much. These are 5 halves of sentences. The other half goes, even though they are not the best of friends, no one knows who she is. However, I still enjoyed it. We still had a great time, despite having a really good night's sleep. Right? So they are scrambled. What you need is to combine these halves to make a meaningful sentence. Right? Take 7 minutes or 5 minutes to complete the task. This is the correction. And thank you for your attention and see you